You know, I must confess that I was also bullied at school.
Really? I had no idea. When did this happen, and how did it affect you?
It was mostly during my early years, around elementary school. Kids can be really cruel sometimes, and I was an easy target because I was a bit different from the rest.
I'm sorry to hear that. What made you different?
Well, I was pretty introverted and enjoyed reading and learning more than playing sports or socializing. I guess that made me stand out in a not so great way.
It's a shame how being different can lead to bullying. How did you cope with it at the time?
It was tough. I tried to avoid confrontations and spent a lot of time on my own. I had a small group of friends who were like-minded, and they were my support system.
That's great that you had some friends who understood you. Did you ever tell anyone about the bullying, like your parents or teachers?
I did eventually open up to my parents. They were supportive and helped me talk to the school about the issue. The teachers got involved, and it did get better over time.
I'm glad to hear that your parents and teachers were able to help. Did the bullying have any long-term effects on you?
I think it did, to some extent. It made me more resilient and empathetic towards others who might be going through similar experiences. It also pushed me to work on my self-confidence.
That's a positive way to look at it. It's great that you've turned a negative experience into personal growth. How do you think schools can better address bullying?
I believe schools need to have better awareness programs and a culture of open communication where students feel safe reporting bullying. It's also essential for teachers and parents to work together to address the issue effectively.
I completely agree. It's crucial to create a supportive and inclusive environment for all students. Thanks for sharing your experiences, and I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Thanks for your understanding. It's essential to have these conversations to raise awareness and support those who may still be facing bullying.
Absolutely. Together, we can work towards making schools safer and more inclusive for everyone.
You're right, and it's heartening to see more efforts being made to address bullying in schools these days. Have you ever had any experiences with bullying or known someone who has?
Fortunately, I wasn't bullied in school, but I had a friend who went through a tough time with it. It was painful to see her suffer, and I tried my best to support her. It's one of the reasons I'm passionate about anti-bullying efforts.
That's really kind of you to support your friend during that challenging time. Sometimes, just having someone to talk to can make a significant difference.
Definitely. It's important for friends and family to be there for someone who's being bullied. But it's also vital to address the root causes and raise awareness in the wider community.
Absolutely, addressing the root causes is essential. I think a lot of bullying stems from a lack of understanding and empathy. Education about diversity and respect could go a long way in preventing bullying.
I couldn't agree more. Teaching empathy and promoting tolerance from an early age can create a more accepting and compassionate society. Schools play a crucial role in instilling these values.
Yes, and it's not just the responsibility of schools. Parents also have a significant role in teaching these values at home. It's a collective effort that can make a real difference.
You're right. It's a joint effort, and when schools, parents, and communities work together, we can create a safer and more inclusive environment for all students.
I'm glad we had this conversation. It's a topic that needs more open discussions, and it's great to connect with someone who understands the importance of addressing bullying.
I'm glad we could talk about it too. Together, we can contribute to making a positive change in our communities. Thanks for sharing your experiences and insights.
Thank you for being a part of this conversation. Let's hope that our discussion can help others who are dealing with bullying or facing the challenges of addressing it.
You're absolutely right. Our conversation can shed light on this issue and encourage more people to be proactive in addressing bullying. Do you think there should be more support groups or counseling services in schools for those who've experienced bullying?
I think that's a great idea. Support groups and counseling services can provide a safe space for students to share their experiences and emotions. It can also help them develop coping strategies and build resilience.
It's crucial to provide those resources. Bullied students often struggle with emotional and psychological trauma, and having professionals who can guide them is essential. Plus, it sends a message that their feelings are valid.
Absolutely. Every student's emotional well-being should be a top priority. It's not just about academic success, but also about personal growth and mental health.
It's also vital to address the issue of cyberbullying, which is increasingly prevalent in today's digital age. Have you had any experiences with that?
I haven't personally experienced cyberbullying, but I've heard many stories about it. It's alarming how the internet can be used as a platform for bullying, and it's a growing concern that needs to be addressed by schools and authorities.
I completely agree. The anonymity of the internet can embolden bullies and make it even more challenging for victims to escape the harassment. Schools need to educate students about responsible online behavior as well.
Education is key, both in terms of online behavior and recognizing the signs of bullying. It's a multifaceted issue that requires a holistic approach.
You're absolutely right. Combating bullying requires a comprehensive approach involving students, parents, teachers, and the community as a whole. Let's hope that our society can continue to make progress in this important area.
I share your hope, and I believe that with continued awareness and advocacy, we can create a more empathetic and inclusive world for the next generation.
Thank you for this enlightening conversation. Let's keep spreading the word and working towards a bully-free world for all students.
Thank you for the conversation as well. Together, we can make a difference, one conversation at a time.